I'm sorry. What are we talking about?
Hey everyone, it's Tasha
And Joseph.
from One Big Happy Life, and we are live today celebrating hitting 50,000 subscribers. Super excited.
Yeah, we just want to thank everybody so much for obviously watching our YouTube channel and helping us hit 50,000 subscribers. It has been a relatively rapid journey, fortunately. I mean, it's just been a little over a year since we started with about 1,000.
Yeah, let us know if you can hear us okay, because we can never tell on these things. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Yeah, let us know if you can hear us okay. Let us know in the chat. I don't know how much of a delay that there is. Hi, Persephone. Hi, Persephone. Actually, I can probably just go ahead. Yay,
Okay,
we can hear you great. Awesome.
We always worry about that because we've done live things before and had technical difficulties with the streaming situation. So you never quite know because you can't watch yourself and do them at the same time.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we are just going to chat a little bit about like our YouTube channel, our journey, and sort of where we see One Big Happy Life going, like going forward. And of course, like Q&As, if you guys like ask us questions throughout this live, we'll go ahead and answer them.
Yeah, so pretty informal. Just if you have a question, go ahead and ask it. We'll go ahead and answer it pretty quick. Nothing too intense for tonight.
We've got a lot of congratulations. Thank you, everyone. Hi, Alicia. Is it Alicia or Alicia? I never know, like,
It's hard.
I know. Yeah. So hopefully it's
personal
Alicia.
Preference.
Yeah. Liz, thank you for the congratulations. Mark can hear me great. Yeah, I want to shout people out. Hey, JJ Bruckner Investing, thank you so much. True Financials, hi. Yeah, so our channel is basically, as far as like we're concerned, the modern era of One Big Happy Life is basically just a little over a year and a half old. And it's really amazing, that this community of people have sprung up around us, and our ideas of taking a balanced approach to life and like figuring out what makes you happy.
Yeah, so we're really excited that that's resonated with so many people. And obviously our channel has a lot of different kinds of things on it because we like to do lots of different stuff. And so that makes us really happy to know that so many people can enjoy so many different parts of our lives and then help us reach this milestone.
Yeah, I think we have always wanted to do a mix of things because life isn't just about one thing. And one of the things, like we talk about money a lot, and in part that's because the year that we started this channel, we were very hyper focused on accomplishing some big financial goals that took a lot of like work on our part. And so because our focus was on using as much of our money as possible to pay down debt as quickly as possible and then fund our family vacation to Singapore, that's what we talked about more than anything. But if you look back at the history of our videos, there's always been a mix of stuff that includes personal finance and home decor and travel and vlogs.
DIY.
Yeah. Because I think, you can go to, I know that people tend to have like, oh, it's just a DIY site and that's all that they make on that, or it's just a money site and they just share money tips. But sometimes it's really hard to put all of that together and figure out, okay, well, how do I pull all of this information from all of these different sources and use it to make one big happy life, right? So that's kind of, what our goal is overall with the channel.
And I think from time to time, we'll end up concentrating on one thing or another just because as our lives change, I mean, as much as we talk about trying to get way ahead and shooting videos where we're months out or something like that, we've never really been able to do that for several reasons. But so what you really get is kind of as our lives are moving forward, what we're doing, whatever we're talking about, whatever we're concentrating on, that ends up being the majority of the videos that are coming across. And so like right now, obviously we have this kind of fitness diet intensity that, it's not 100%, it's like 50% or so. Maybe not even that, but obviously, because that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to get fitter, and so then that just kind of becomes part of the channel.
And we're also doing a lot of DIY projects. So throughout the winter, the DIY projects go away basically because it's cold out in the garage. And so we don't want to go out there and do things. We're more focused on like the holidays and like enjoying our time as family. And we also tend to travel during the winter. So that's what you'll see more in the winter. Whereas in the summer, you'll see the DIY projects, us like trying to work out, get in shape, taking advantage of the good weather to go outside and run or bike. So yeah, it's sort of, our channel will always be cyclical like that. And it probably reflects most of your life cycles too, because I don't think we're unusual in what things we focus on at what point in the year.
Yeah, I think we're also going to end up having more, cleaning videos like spring cleaning. I've got to tackle the garage. At one point, gosh, we were talking about the garage being kind of clean. Now it's been a really long time. I think it was clean, like, I don't know, 14 months ago. It was pretty good. And then we cleaned it a little bit because we were assembling Reeve's playset in the garage. It was raining so much. But now it's back to being pretty darn bad. And my tools did not weather out there, like didn't survive the winter very well. And so I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleanup because they got some little sheen of rust on them. And so that's not cool at all. But so there might be that video.
And so we also have some, we should tell you. So this is really exciting. So we actually created One Big Happy Life is officially an LLC now. We did that this past week. And so that's really exciting. And we're really excited to share that with you guys. And we did it largely for tax reasons. Like that's the reason, right? Like the primary reason why we did it.
Well, I mean, there are a bunch of different reasons why you would want to have a business entity, protect yourself from liability, things like that. But yeah, but it's also easier. It makes everything a little more official when you're dealing with people.
Yeah. And so this year, I mean, like last year, if you guys have watched our YouTube income video, you'd see that last year, I think how much did we make last year? I don't even remember. Like, I think it was $5,000 or something like that. I forget, somewhere around.
Really make or revenue?
But like the revenue was like $5,000, and this year it's looking like it's going to be, well, it's definitely more than that. And how much it will end up being, we don't know, but we've had a pretty good upward trajectory this year. And so, us, we're always kind of planning ahead. And so we were looking at, okay, well, what kind of impact is this going to have on our taxes and things like that? And so we just said, well, let's just go ahead, bite the bullet. We actually hired an attorney, even though we're attorneys, to just take care of it for us.
Which is because we just didn't have the time to do it. I mean, that's just one more thing. And then you just reach a point where you just don't have time for everything. And you've got to pick and choose, well, where are the areas that you can make the biggest impact, and then where are the areas that you can't. And we don't create business entities every single day. That's not what we do. And so we're not going to make the best impact by doing that for ourselves. So we hired somebody.
And the truth is, we are at this point, when it comes to our time, we are fully maxed out because we have the YouTube channel where we make at least 3 videos a week. And, we work our full-time jobs. That's not changing anytime soon. Certainly, I think we're at least 3 years before even considering making any kind of change in what we're doing with our full-time jobs. Because definitely waiting for Joseph to go through public service loan forgiveness. And then at that point, we might reevaluate because I still have 6 years before my student loans go away. So there's that. I forget why I started talking about this. What did you say?
I don't know how you got there. Sorry.
But what were you saying? Repeat what it was about. Oh, time.
Yeah.
And so, so we are fully maxed out where we have our blog going on, and we have 2 other things going on that are still kind of like behind the scenes that are outside of One Big Happy Life. But if and when they come to fruition, we will definitely let you guys know what is up with that. But between all of those things, we're maxed out when it comes to our time. So
because, so for some of you at least know, that we don't just do, I mean, obviously we do our jobs too, but we don't just work on the YouTube channel. Tasha also runs an Instagram account, and I dabble in the Twitter account, not nearly as well as she does Instagram. But so we also do those things, and
then writing the blog posts and making the YouTube videos, and so it can be.
And then also, you know, those kids.
Yeah.
Like there are two of them. I mean, I remember their names most of the time, but no.
Okay, let's do some comments. Okay. They got scrolled.
A lot of
really
congratulations.
Yes,
thank you guys so
for
much.
All of the congratulations. We're really happy.
Super pumped.
You know, I don't even I know, but it made me think of, there are so many times like where people will reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram especially, and send us messages, or email too. They'll email us and tell us about how watching our videos has inspired them to, you know, do all manner of things, but, you know, in particular, just be more intentional about their finances and, you know, take a balanced approach and just really start planning for their financial future. I don't have my phone with me, but I wanted to read a little bit of a comment that I got from someone on Instagram just a few days ago, where she was talking about how, you know, her and her significant other, after watching our videos, they sat down and they were like, okay, well, what are our financial goals? What do we want to accomplish? And how are we going to accomplish it? And in addition to focusing on paying down debt, they also decided that travel was really important to them. And so they were going to make travel a priority too. So they're setting aside money every single month to build up a travel fund so that they could travel on a regular basis. And that just made me so happy, because like, that is basically everything that we talk about. We're not about being frugal for frugal's sake or saving just to save. It's about building a life that you love and finding ways to incorporate all of the things that really matter to you into your life. So that is just super, super exciting. So Martin says he loves us. We love you too. Thank you for watching. Missy says she loves our channel's variety. Thank you. Yeah, we try to show a well-rounded view of our lives, because I always found when I would read personal finance articles that they just show little snippets of their life. They don't really show you, well, what does a life based on those financial principles actually look like? And is that a life that I think would be enjoyable? And so we've always made an effort to show you our full life, including the good things and the bad things, right? Because, you know, we don't hide the fact that we're in debt. We don't hide the fact that we were both divorced, that I was a single teen mom. Like,
you were
that
divorced.
is all. That's all part of our lives. And so, you know, it's not, and so we're never going to be like just going to paint the rosy side of things and not talk about the bad times too.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, we don't want to be what everyone's Facebook feed looks like. You see all the celebrations, everybody's doing all this stuff, and you're like, wow, am I doing all this awesome stuff? When really everybody is going through good things and bad things. And so our channel has those fun celebrations, and then also when we have bad things happen, or you know, there's unexpected things, difficult times of life, we also talk about that, because we know that everybody's going through the same kind of cycles of things. And so, you know, we try to keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
And also when it comes to the finances, we like to be as transparent as we can. I mean, realistically, we can't.
Like pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, we can't just be perfectly clear, because it's just not safe the way everything works, like credit scores, and you guys can get too much information. But beyond that, we try to give you enough that you can really understand how we live, like exactly how we live. If all we gave you was a bunch of percentages and said, oh, well, we're saving such and such percentage of our income, well, does it, you know, what if we're making $2 million a year? Well, if we said we're saving 70% of that, and you're like, well, how are they living on 70 or on that 30%? Well, you didn't know that we made $2 million a year, which I wish we made $2 million.
That'd be sweet.
But so you can't really learn from that as well, because you have no idea how they're actually living on those kind of budget things. And so we wanted to try to give as much information as possible.
So Vlogs Gaming Music says, can't wait till you get to 100,000 subs. Yes, we're really excited too. Like the silver play button, like we've been talking about that kind of from the beginning, like, oh, how many years is it going to take for us to get to the silver play button?
And of course they just redid the play button. So I don't know if I missed
about the new
yeah. So like it's cool to get the kind of the old play button, because then it's like, oh, you're one of the originals, OG.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, they obviously, the new ones look a little bit more modern, and they look very nice as well.
So Missy says she's been on keto for 2 weeks and would not have considered it if I didn't share about it on our channel. So yeah, I mean, we are all about trying new things. Life is about trial and error, and it is okay to try something and say, you know what, this is actually not for me. But I just find if you don't try it out, then how do you ever really know if that could have been your thing? Like I would have never known that I would have loved making YouTube videos, because normally I'm kind of private. Like we didn't have Instagram or Twitter. I have Facebook friends, but like a very small group of people that I have actually met in person, that kind of thing. And so to think that I would actually really enjoy being public like this on YouTube is unexpected. But you know, how would I have known if I hadn't tried it? Yeah, I think you should pull it up too so you can see.
Yeah, I keep trying to read the comments over there, but they're actually too small
tiny
over there, so I'm going to pull it up.
Hi, Angelique Duncan, Baby Drac, thank you for. And so I guess you could wave into DC and then do wills just in DC. But Maryland actually doesn't let an attorney just wave in after X number of years of practice. You actually have to take a mini bar exam. And so because Joseph doesn't need to be licensed to do the work that he does, I mean, you could have answered this yourself. I don't know why I'm answering it for you, because you were doing something. I was trying to be helpful. But yeah, so he doesn't need to be licensed.
And so I realistically, I do not have the time to represent anyone on any issue. So yeah, I'm not even gonna try.
If we started doing anything else, that means we'd have to cut back on YouTube. Because everything else in our lives is non-negotiable. So we have to maintain our home. We have to care for and spend time